I'm not going through to give you any idea of what's going on in obesity, although in every country Jim mentioned, obesity and overweight's going up. Brazil, it doubled just in the last decade. Thailand, it's doubled. So we have physical activity. It's critical to our lives and our health and our culture, but it's not going to do it by itself. I'm going to talk a little bit about physical activity. I'm going to talk more about food, because in all the countries he mentioned, a number of them I'm working with that same Health Institute promotion group in Thailand and elsewhere on food system issues, because that's really where the calorie change, and we're going to deal with the diabetes and obesity. Unfortunately, we need both, though. So I'm going to go through a number of these issues. I do want to talk about physical activity, and it is critical, but I want to kind of give a different perspective on it. We use the term coming out of Jim's world of METs, of metabolic equivalents, to kind of measure a whole day. And I have the advantage of having worked in a number of countries and then working with Nike to create a multi-country study of this. Jim was actually one of the scientific advisors on it, to look at this and to understand the differences across high and low income and where we started and where we are today. And I want to show you this for the US. It's not the best data, but it's really better than anything we had. It's time use data done every few years. The methods changed and it went up a little bit, but the reality is you see the black line for inactivity, TV viewing mainly in our country, more and more other kinds of things for adults, and you see the bottom and you see the huge decline. But we started off at about 230, 50, and if we put sleep on this, we wouldn't be moving very much as a society. Now I go to China. China started off when we were measuring every component very detailed. Did you stand? Did you sit? Did you lift at work? And so on. See the monster decline with our surveys every 2 years asking these questions. Each component, work, home production, adding in rice cookers, refrigerators, stoves, and going from walking and biking to adding either motorcycles or cars or buses were associated with a doubling of the risk of overweight. Each drop, and you see this is kind of going on time and again in low-income countries as the technology for occupations, the technology for transportation, the technology for work at home have all shifted enormously, and transportation. So on the average, we are moving the world to a level of activity like the high-income countries. And so we can recover some of that, and we need to, but we've got to realize we've lost half of our METs in activity around the globe. And so we have to do a lot more to deal with energy imbalance and this overweight issue and all the other related problems.